Ah, the good old days of movies. They just don't make them like that anymore, you know what I'm saying? And it's pretty much being proven at the box office right now. But enough on that, just some positive feels here, that nostalgia feeling you want. The last few years, they have been re-releasing movies in theaters. And just recently, 15th anniversary for Coraline, and she made it to the top 5 the last weekend in the month of August. And we had stuff like Lord of the Rings being re-released again for their anniversaries, and so on. Last year, Disney did stuff there with the 10th anniversary of Frozen. They did Toy Story. And this year, they did The Lion King for its 30th anniversary. And then we've seen other films like Star Wars The Phantom Menace, The Mummy, stuff like that. Really cool. And there's a lot of movies for the anniversary years ending on, like, say, a 9 or 4. So 89, 99, 94, 2004, 84, stuff like that. And 84 has a big amount of movies that were pretty big and really good, as did 89. And the other years. And we're making a list of movies, 10 movies we wish they would re-release for the anniversary years of this movies, which would be so cool to see them on the big screen again. Because it was neat. We've done a few reviews already on some we just mentioned. Also, the Muppet movie they've done. It was neat for movies that, say, you didn't get a chance to see in theaters. Now they're putting them out there. It's a nice feel, it's a good spectacle, and they're just good movies. So we'll begin with The Mask was originally on here, but they ended up putting The Mask back in theaters for some theaters, and that was nice, and I'm happy for that. It was good to see that on the big screen. But number 10, let's start off with Ghostbusters. I know, they did Ghostbusters for Ghostbusters Day or whatever, but they only did like 12 theaters throughout the U.S., and it was kind of like most of the same states. That was kind of like a loss, I feel, for Jurassic Park. They re-released Jurassic Park in this year, and it did pretty well. They did Jurassic Park when they did the last Jurassic World movie. That's what got me and my buddies that go see it. My siblings were like, oh, we want to go see this. It's going to have the original characters from the first one in again. It's like, yeah, I know, but it got us to go see it because I haven't seen the original Jurassic Park movie in theaters, obviously, since 93 when I was like 5 and a half, something like that. That was the last I haven't seen in theater since, so it was nice to see that in theater. So I'm like, Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire was a missed opportunity where they could have had back-to-back the first Ghostbusters and this. Actually, they could have marathoned all 4 films. Ghostbusters 1, 2, Afterlife, and Frozen Empire. And I think that would have been a nice thing. But since they did technically do Ghostbusters, I wish we get some love for Ghostbusters 2. I still think it's a good film. Really enjoy it. And I would love to have seen that on the big screen. So it would have been nice if they re-released and give some love to 1999's Ghostbusters 2. Let us know if you would like to see it. Let's see some Ghostbusters 2 fans in the comments below. On to number 9. Weird Al Yankovic's UHF. God, that movie is so out there. I think 99 with the Saga Begins CD, Running with Scissors and his concert, and seeing this, I think, on VH1 where we taped it. My family taped it back in the day. Got me into a big Weird Al fan. That movie is amazing. It's hilarious. It's nice that Shout Factory is doing a nice Blu-ray anniversary edition for 35 years for it. These cool little things you can get for it. That's real nice, but it would still be just an odd, interesting treat to see this movie. My mom, and everything. It's so out there. It was ahead of its time. UHF will be awesome to see on the big screen. And still holding out for Weird Al to do UHF 2. That'd be something. Next up, All Dogs Go to Heaven. Holy cow, Don Bluth, this film, we just got done seeing earlier this year. They had The Land Before Time put back in theaters in one of our local theaters. And it was just amazing to see. Never got a chance to see it because not around at the time to go see it in theaters. But I've always had the VHSs and the DVDs and watching it on TV growing up. The Land Before Time, amazing film. It just got me thinking there's a lot of other of these Don Bluth movies that should be in theaters. And one of them that we used to watch all the time was All Dogs Go to Heaven. And that night, when we were done watching that, we went over to my buds and we're like, you know what, pop it in. And wow, it was emotional. It's a movie I think that needs to be put in theaters for these kids' movies because it has good morals, good messaging, and everything throughout the entire film that I think people need to see and need to start getting back in their lives now, because you don't see much of this kind of stuff in any form of entertainment anymore, which is a sad thing. Beautifully animated, a beautifully touching story, and then just amazing all the themes and messaging and just everything in that movie. It just gets you. And as we were watching, I'm like, wow, I remember this scene. I remember this song now. I remember this. And it's been probably 30-something years since I've seen the, All Dogs Go to Heaven 1 and 2. But it was amazing to see. Very well done. beautiful film, and I would love for this to be put in theaters, and I think it'd be a good thing for kids and families to see. How about, speaking of that, Muppets Take Manhattan? This year they put the 45th anniversary for the Muppet movie. What about Muppets Take Manhattan, which is another great film, full of great songs, and it gave us that first instance of the Muppet Babies. It's amazing. I love the story. It's this very simple story, but it's got this humor in it, especially where it takes this weird turn at the end with Kermit and these business frogs, Gil, Jill, Bill, and all that. It's amazing. The songs are great. The Muppetry is some of the best. You have that great Muppet Babies medley. All this. It's a spectacular big number that would be nice to see get some love on the big screen. And the Muppets today, I still think, deserve just as much love, if not more, than just, you know, Disney and everything else that was for family kid entertainment. Another thing I'd like to see would be Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I know 1984, they do it all the time. They release the old horror movies, and it's great to go see and get people's reactions and love to see on the big screen. I've seen Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street a couple of times already over the years on the big screen. They've done Scream recently. Hellraiser will be something interesting to see. Freddy Krueger himself. Let's see that's a gimme because that's already happening. But I would love to see Wes Craven's New Nightmare because I was still young at a time where I'm gonna go see R-rated movies, and that thing used to scare the hell out of me as a kid when I see the trailers before other movies and stuff, or they'd advertised on TV and just these images of Freddy. He looked hellish and scarier than ever in those trailers. And watch that movie, it has become my favorite besides the first one. That is just a great movie, very smartly written. I love the whole thing where Freddy trying to get to the real world, all that stuff. You can tell this is like, hey, Scream's coming. Wes Craven is amazing. Rest in peace, still a genius. Amazing film. Freddy has never been scarier. I would love to see Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Just like Ghostbusters being released, let's give some love to Ghostbusters 2. And just like all the time for Nightmare on Elm Street, let's give New Nightmare some love as well. And I'd still like to see him play Robert Englund, play Freddy one more time. I still would love to see if we can just pull off a Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash with the OG three of those people portraying them. You'll get money from horror buffs. You'll get money. Next up, The Little Mermaid. This is the one that basically saved Disney back in the day, and I know what they're trying to do now. We're not going to get too negative on here, but we know what they're trying to do. Disney, for some reason, is trying to just tarnish Walt's legacy, it seems, and all these remakes are unnecessary, these live actions, and then them changing The Little Mermaid to what they're trying to do and push the original one aside, where if it wasn't for this one, you wouldn't have The Little Mermaid or anything nowadays. When people associate The Little Mermaid, they think of the redheaded Ariel from the Disney one from '89. And this is just a beautiful movie, beautifully animated, great songs, nice story, great acting all around, and it was just a nice saying, hey, we can do this, just wait till you see what we got coming later, you know? I mean, it is an amazingly beautiful film, and pretty much every aspect of it. It'll be a joy to see on the big screen, re-released again. I would absolutely love to see Little Mermaid. It'll be nice to see this get love versus the one they're trying to shoehorn and shove into everyone's face when it's like, we don't want this stuff, we want the original Ariel. I don't know why they're still trying to push it, I think we know why, but it's a shame they're trying to push out that one for this other stuff. For all their stuff. Look at this Lion King live action in this Mufasa movie. No. Just show these ones, and I guarantee you people will go see this movie. It will make some good money, probably. Like, look at Coraline in number 5. It might break into the top 10 over a weekend if you do something like that. It could happen. Lion King made a little bit. It could happen with The Little Mermaid, and it deserves the love that it is for what it has done and how it saved Disney back in the day, and for being one of the best animated movies of all time, not just for Disney. The Little Mermaid, 1989, deserves to get that re-release. I think Disney should do it if they want to get some good money and stuff, but, you know. Next up, Gremlins, 1984. We're talking about Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters and Gremlins fighting against each other at the box office. Let's get Gremlins in there. Gremlins, people, there's Gremlins merch everywhere, and Gremlins is an amazing movie. Both films. I still love to see a third one done right, not that Mogwai animated thing that they tried to do. Something would be nice, but Gremlins is an amazing film. Joe Dante did a great job of this movie, and again, all the actors, all the animatronics. It's a comedy, it's a family film, it's a horror movie, it's a Christmas movie. It is just balls to the wall, insane, gross, creepy, crazy, sweet, touching, heartwarming, all these things roll into one. How can you not love Gizmo? And then these little bastards just going around causing mischief. Wow, Gremlins, I would love to see that on the big screen, and for 40 years it deserves to be something. Maybe they're waiting until December around Christmas time. I don't know, but they should put Gremlins, the 1984 classic classic out on the big screen again. Next up, Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. Uncut. You need to see this. Again, great animation for Street Fighter fans. I know most people that love Street Fighter, they love this movie. The animation is great. Even the dub, you know what I'm saying? For versus Japanese language and the dub, it still just works, but the animation is amazing. The story is very unique. Stuff where you have stuff with Ken, Ryu, and everything, and then you get Chun-Li, and then, hey, it's on the big screen, uncut. Maybe we'll get it'd be nice to see the Chun-Li famous shower scene on the big screen. Just to jab at a few people, the prudes nowadays. That would be nice. I know that'll probably pack the seats for that. But just for an amazingly animated Japanese movie that is just a sight to see, it would be really cool to see on the big screen. And I believe the release date would be 94 for Japan, but then I think it was like a year later for us, and then all the stuff where it was like cut, then it's uncut again, and so forth. But it has to be the full uncut version. Next up on the list, the next two are the real biggies, I feel, that I'm surprised, especially this next one coming up. I'm surprised with all these other releases coming out. We got Beetlejuice coming out. Beetlejuice, you know? So it's kind of like, alright, everyone loves Batman. Batman 89. I'm surprised they haven't done Batman 89 yet. The original Batman film, Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson. Great film, and I haven't seen that film. I've seen more Batman Returns and then probably Batman, unfortunately, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, and then, you know, the Nolan Batman films and everything, more than I have seen this one. I own it. You know, we used to watch it all the time on VHS. Got the nice VHS tape, looks really cool. Got it on DVD and Blu-ray, but just haven't watched these movies as much as I would like to. But this would be a great incentive to go see this amazing film, the first big superhero movie, the first big Batman movie that just changed everything. And with how popular and how amazing Batman 1989 is, I'm surprised that they haven't put this in theaters yet. This would be a great summer movie to re-release. So hopefully maybe during the fall, winter, but they should release this movie. I would like to see it. Didn't get a chance. I know a lot of people would pay to go see this amazing movie on the big screen. A couple of honorable mentions. We got a review on it. Go check it out if you want. Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie, The Pyramid of Light. That's why it's an honorable mention. I know they re-released it in 2018, so it would be cool to release it for its 20th anniversary, but, oh well, Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie, 2004, Pyramid of Light. Would be nice to see. Doug's first movie. I know people are like, Doug, what's Doug? But Disney's Doug was still great. It was pretty popular. Nowadays, you know, it's poo-pooed on, but back then, it wasn't. So it got a movie. It was in theaters. I would love to see that movie in theaters again, just because it's the nostalgia feel, not just that, but it gets you in the heart still. Good messaging. It brings me back to that time. It's a very just fun movie and gets you with the relationship with Doug, Skeeter, Patty, etc. All the characters. Would love to see them again. We saw that movie, family and I, a lot of times. I was really big into Doug. Still am. Would love to see that again on the big screen. American Pie, the original 99 American Pie, just because, again, I was too young to be able to go see that, but of course we got to see it when it got on VHS and everything, and all us guys were like, hoo-hoo, for a lot of the stuff, if you know what I mean. So it'll be nice to just see the original movie. It's a great movie, well written, it's hilarious, it's smart, and it's just one of those really good raunchy comedies that I think, again, put out there to show that here's a movie that we can't get anymore, but let's put on the big screen anyway for its anniversary year, because it's still a big movie and iconic film. And also, for me personally, probably my favorite Tim Burton movie, Sleepy Hollow. Didn't get a chance to see that again. I remember that. Me and my buds, boy, we were like wanting to go see that and South Park Bigger, Longer, Uncut, and then that would have been on the list, but they released it, and they had it as a sing-along this summer. It's pretty neat. But those movies where you just remember like watching it, you know, at our friends' houses, R-rated goodness. One, you know, for the South Park humor and that kind of stuff. This one just for all the gore and everything, and just visually stunning. Wonderful performance. Probably one of the best disturbing, horrific ways to be told for the Headless Horseman. Sleepy Hollow, 1999 would be great. But number one, what I would like to see is the phenomena of 1999. And that would be Pokemon the first movie. For a big anniversary year type of thing there again, I don't know why they won't just release Pokemon the first movie in theaters again. That thing took everything by storm. You had the cards. You had the Burger King stuff there. I remember my family went to go get the Burger King Kids Club meals or whatever to get those cards and toys, and they were all out of food. That was the problem. That's how big Pokemon was there. And that was that crazy phenomenon. That's one of those things that are rarities. We didn't see anything like that again until Frozen came along. That just came out of poof out of nowhere. And then we haven't seen anything since Frozen. That was that big of a crazy worldwide phenomenon. It's insane how that thing just popped off, which is good. It's a great movie. Even the dub, I know there's a lot of 4Kid stuff in there with the music changes and some of the dialogue and everything. And when you find out about Mewtwo's real intentions Japanese, but anyway, enough of that. Memories, Pikachu's Vacation, all that stuff there. You just remember sitting there watching with your family and friends, just everyone enjoying Pokemon at the time. That was a great time, and I think, you know, people our ages, older, younger, and any age could enjoy seeing this movie on the big screen again. That's why I feel Pokemon, the first movie, should be my number one choice for something that, come on, with how big that was, they should put that back in theaters again. With all these re-releases they're doing, and especially with all these movies not making money, these companies should be like, well, let's make some easy money here and just do this. I think that'll work out very well. But these are the movies that I feel like should be re-released for anniversary years for this year. And let me know what you think of it. Let us know what you think, what you would like to see out of these ones on the list, your memories of these movies you would like to see re-released this year. Then who knows next year? Next year will be a big anniversary for the original and the best Turtles movie from 1990. So hopefully they'll re-release that again in theaters. So again, thank you for watching. Don't be afraid to comment below and let us know what you think and what do you like to see and your memories of movies that are in their anniversary year in general now. Stuff from, 79, 84, 89, 94, 99, 2004, 2009, 64, 69, whatever. Let us know your favorites. Thanks again for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time, my friends.
The two of you look very familiar to me. Let's see now. See? I knew you were Team Rocket!